Hey guys, Jessica here, corporate recruiter. I am just hanging out today. It's Saturday, and I was thinking about this topic, and it's about interviewing, of course. and I was thinking about what folks normally focus on for interviews in order to prepare themselves, and something that actually oftentimes get missed. So, normally when we're preparing for an interview, right, we're thinking about um, you know, doing our research on the company. We are thinking about what kind of interview questions are going to be asked of us and how do we prepare for that. We're thinking about selling ourselves in the best way, and we're practicing our sales pitch. So those kind of things, which I think are very important. But I think what gets missed a lot of times is making sure that you yourself are prepared. And what I mean by this is from a mental, emotional, and physical state, you are your best self and you are showing that during your interview. So, for example, when you think about your mental state, when are you kind of the best on your feet? When do you feel like you have the best mental clarity? Is that during the morning? Is that during the afternoon? Is that at a time where things are kind of busy and kind of making you think really quickly? Or is it a time where you're more relaxed and you don't have a lot going on that day? That, in my opinion, should be a good focus point for you when you're scheduling the interview. Maybe you try to focus on scheduling an interview during the mornings if you're a morning person. Maybe you're scheduling on a day when you have time off, or maybe you have a little more buffer time before your interview so that you can kind of de-stress. When you're in a state where you're mentally all over the place just from a normal work day, or maybe you're stressed out due to some personal or work factors, it normally will come across during your interview. So just make sure that you're in a place where mentally you're able to think through these questions that you're going to get. You're able to really come across in the best way, because interviews, we know, are pretty stressful, and this is one of those times where you are going to have to think pretty quickly on your feet. You're going to have to recollect a lot of different information that you're going to be asked about, and you should do that at a time where you feel your best mentally. Now, emotional state. I think this is really important because how you feel emotionally is going to come across to people that you're talking with. So, in the interview environment, of course, you're talking to different people. They will pick up on your emotions. So, if you're not feeling your best, maybe you're sad that day, maybe you are just stressed out, maybe you have just a lot of different things going on, I would recommend not actually scheduling an interview for a time where you don't feel like your emotional state is really stable. Maybe it's something more so about the company. So, for example, going through a layoff situation like I did, and I made a video about that experience. During a layoff, that's an emotional time. A lot of times you're kind of pissed off at the company, or just how things went down, or maybe termination or whatever. Maybe you're in a work situation where you're trying to get out of the place because maybe you have a terrible manager or something. All of that can come across during an interview. So take some time to really make sure you're feeling really positive and you're able to talk more positively about your current or past work situation. And also just your energy overall is very positive, because that will come across. Your personality comes across during an interview, and people hire people that they like and that they feel like they get along well with. So you definitely want your personality to really shine during that interview. And then the last thing is just going to be, so you want to be healthy that day, obviously. So, if you are used to eating breakfast in the morning, make sure you have your breakfast. If you need your coffee that day, get your coffee. Make sure that you're doing everything you need to do to feel your healthiest, so that you come across in that interview very self-assured, confident, and you feel like you're your whole self. Now, different things may affect your interview from a health situation. Now, if you're taking medicine, that's something to think about. I made another video about this person I interviewed, and they took some allergy medication that made them drowsy. So they're yawning during the whole phone interview that I have with them. So consider those things. I understand you may have a condition where you need to take medicine, but just know how it may affect you in make sure that you are your healthiest self during that interview. So anyway, just some tips that I was thinking about today. I hope it's helpful for someone, and I hope that you focus on being your best self for your next interview and every day, all right? So anyway, good luck, guys, and until next time, bye.